pretty lady who walks around without being shady, who knows her values, who's gone through trials. Her smiles are captured from mouth to mouth. It's not the size of her thighs she worries about, but the pride she thrives to keep that drive. That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist. Ladies, can you feel me? That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist. Ladies, can you hear me?
Hello, everybody. This is your girl Tasha, known to the world as the Tasha Carpenter, but everybody calls me your girl Tasha because when you hang with me, it is like you are hanging with your girl. And in the studio today, hanging with your girl Tasha, we have Mr. Steven Garrison.
How's it going, everybody?
Now, you want me to call you Steve or call you Steven? What you want?
I heard both of them, so it's no problem.
Okay, because I want you to feel comfortable, because that's what it's all about today, guys. And if y'all don't know, this brother is like one of the hottest musicians in the DMV area. And some people may not know about him, but you definitely should know about him. So, Steve, I'm just going to let you tell the people a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to just get to having a good old discussion.
No problem,
and guess what, guys? The second half of the show, y'all ain't even have to go to Ticketmasters. We got a concert for you during the second half of the show. So you better stay tuned. Share and invite, share and invite.
All right, no problem. How's everyone doing out there? My name is Steven Garrison. I'm an educator, musician, composer, arranger, and also I'm the CEO of Steven Garrison Music LLC. So, like I said, I'm a saxophonist, play, travel, had the opportunity to do just various different things around the country, around the world. I teach at Prince George's County Public Schools, as well as I'm also an adjunct professor at Bowie State University. So, teaching is very important to me as well. And like I said, I also arrange and compose music. I have a single out right now. Matter of fact, we'll probably talk about that a little later on. But I do have music out there available everywhere: iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and other Spotify as well. So definitely go check that out. And like I said, Steven Garrison Music LLC, which is a new brand organization that I started last summer, I believe. And so definitely check that out. We got some awesome and amazing things coming up.
All right, y'all hear that? He got a lot of stuff going on there. So you know what? Part of what people want to know, well, what I want to know, and I'm sure if I want to know, y'all want to know. How did it all begin?
Oh, man.
How did this all happen? Where did it start? What inspired you?
So honestly, music is something that's very big for me. When it comes to music, it's more than just an art form. It's almost like a way of life. It's almost spiritual when you think about music on that aspect. It starts off for me, growing up in church. So watching the choir sing, me being younger, being in the youth choir, and being able to have that experience was amazing for me. I actually started off, believe it or not, on the piano. So I always wanted to play saxophone. Right, it's kind of funny. I always wanted to play saxophone, but however, because I was young and I was short, of course, no one would ever give me sax lessons. So my mother ended up starting me on piano, and so I did piano for about 2 years. And
how young was that?
I was about 7 years old.
Okay,
7 years old.
okay.
So from the age of 7 to 9, I started playing piano, and I took a year off. It really wasn't my voice. I mean, of course, piano is very important in music, but it really wasn't my voice. And so I took about a year off, and then by that time, I was able to start 5th grade band. And so I was really, really excited about that. So right there, I immediately went for the saxophone. My mother surprised me one day. My mother and father both surprised me one day. Brought home a saxophone. Never put it down since.
So did you pick up the sax before the piano? Because you said she wouldn't let you get saxophone. Nobody wanted to give you saxophone lessons. So had you touched the sax before then?
I actually haven't. What happened was, I believe, because I was too young to fully remember, my mother told me that one time at church, matter of fact, that a saxophone player was a special guest down there, and I guess I was marveled by his playing. And it was just something about that stuck with me, and all I can remember from that point on was saxophone. But I mean, clearly, I just remember the saxophone. I remember talking to my mom, I want to play the saxophone. Mom, I want to play the saxophone. But it's something about that experience I had with that saxophone player when I was younger at church that really touched me, that really inspired me.
All right now, and who is this? Sanitra Miles. Oh, guys, y'all see what your girl Tasha don't have today? She don't have her glasses. I left them in my pocketbook. But I'm going to read these comments, right? So Sinitra Miles is saying she can definitely get with the vibe the way you play. So she must be somebody that follow you.
Appreciate Sinitra. She's over there. Is a church member of my good friend Jeffrey Chandler. Right. Definitely.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sinitra, make sure you share and invite. And if you want to call in and say anything to Steven, we are on 301-429-9247. Any one of you guys, if you have a question for him, if you're in the music industry, you want to pick up an instrument, anything that you want to ask, just dial in on 301-429-9247.
Appreciate you, Cindy. True.
So now I learned from going to your page that you opened up for like Raheem Devon,
right?
Lauryn Hill, Janae Monáe, which all of that must have been awesome.
It was an amazing experience. Pretty much, I'm a testimony. I'm a true testimony about the fact that your gift makes room. And it's been an amazing journey.
I like that. Your gift makes room.
I mean, honestly, I couldn't keep it real. I grew up in the church. Not trying to be, the holier than thou person, but at the same time, when you really go on that journey, you recognize how blessed you are and how doors open up. And so I've had opportunities come to me where I've been able to play at the Summer Spirit Festival. And that's where it actually took place at the Summer Spirit Festival back in 2015, where I was able to open up. And the funny thing about it, I was actually playing with Backyard Band, believe it or not. So at the Summer Spirit Fest, I was playing with Backyard Band. Matter of fact, I was part of the horn section for that show. And however, I had a chance to go and actually, be introduced to them. I had a chance to actually go and open up for those artists. Like I said, Lauryn Hill was one of the headliners. Janelle Monáe was there. Like I said, Raheem Devon. Matter of fact, Raheem Devon walked in one of our studio practices in the studio when we were rehearsing. He just walked in, just introduced himself, say what's up everybody. We talked real fast and we chatted up, and that was but it's about being able to make those connections. That's one of the biggest things, about networking, about just being able to see. And the thing about it that's kind of funny is that you recognize all the people, they're down to earth.
Right.
They're just down to earth people. Just everyone has this certain, outlook about stardom, but at the end of the day, they're just a human being.
They're just like you and me. They all got started somewhere. You got to be small before you get big.
Exactly.
Right? So we'd be thinking about that when you open up for them. I want to know, who's on your bucket list? If there was one artist, musician, singer, someone that you could work with and play with, who would that person be and why?
See, you got me in trouble now. You narrowed down to one.
Okay, you can have two.
Oh, man. Okay, so one of the people that really, really inspired me.
He over here swallowing hard, guys. He got nervous on that thing.
You got me really thinking. I was like, okay, let me narrow down my list. Because, I just love great music. I love great music. I love just being immersed in this for me. I just love being surrounded by great music, great talent. It inspires me. So there's a lot of people that inspire me. One of the people that I love, Kirk Whalum. Had a chance to meet him a couple of times. Saxophone player Kirk Whalum. And think about him is like he actually toured with Whitney Houston for a long time. Matter of fact, that track "I'll Always Love You."
Yes.
He plays the saxophone on there.
Okay.
But he's just so amazing. I had a chance to actually encounter him, meet him as a person. He came in town, but that's blues and jazz, and he's just a very down to earth person. We email each other, we talk from time to time, but that's one person he's probably my biggest, most favorite sax player.
Okay, so you like to get into a project with him?
Right, definitely. That would be a pleasure.
Kirk, do you hear that? Kirk, somebody please share this with Kirk. He needs to know this right now.
Lettucey. She's amazing. Her talents, her vocals. She has so much stuff to bring to the table. I just know that would be a fun gig. She's very just high energy. And just to be able to build off the artistic musicality, it will be amazing. Another person, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Man, that's a very big question. I'm not gonna lie. That's something that you got.
I know you wasn't expecting that.
You got to take some time to kind of reflect on that. Like, man, who would you share the stage with?
Do y'all feel the energy of Steven? He is so excited to be in the studio with your girl Tasha. Cause I would tell you, sometimes guys, just to give y'all a little bit behind the scene, I ask my guests to send me like 5 to 7 questions. I don't always use their questions at all, but I get a feel about what they might want to talk about. Brother man sent me 25 questions. I
didn't know. Hey.
25 questions questions, and I'm still hitting him with stuff that's not on his list.
That's no problem. It's all good. It's all right.
So you got one more that you want to talk about?
So with that, so like I said, Kirk Rellum on the instrumental side, on the jazz side, of course on the female vocalist side, so Lettucey, I definitely truly enjoy that. On the male vocalist side, man, I can't say Prince, rest in peace. That was an icon right there. I do have some musician friends I know that perform with him.
Wow.
But one of the people I actually have to say on that side, Anthony Hamilton.
All right, now.
Like I said, I'm all about soul. I'm all about soul, and Anthony Hamilton has this southern soul, and it's like, it kind of brings you back to church a little bit when you think about it. It kind of brings you back to church, but it's a certain soulfulness that he brings that really, I vibe with his music.
All right, now. So now I need to figure out, where do you get your musical talents from? I mean, does mommy and daddy have it? What goes on with the family when it comes to... He didn't even answer the question. That don't sound good.
So, so honestly... No, there's some stories about that. That's why. But honestly, I got it from my mother's side, and my mother, she back in high school, she like I said, she grew up in Philadelphia, West Philadelphia, and so she was back in high school. Matter of fact, that's the funny thing about back in high school. Over there, they actually had majors in high school, and so she was actually a music major in high school. But she ultimately became a nurse. That was her number one passion, was nursing. However, though, she was a violinist, and so she had a very big passion for violin. Would participate in the orchestra and pretty much play any chance that she got. One of my uncles, he actually, her older brother, it was actually one of the singers for Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Oh.
But no, I cannot sing. Anyone that knows me personally knows that I have no vocal.
And I know one of their daughters was one of my girlfriends. She used to live with me for a while.
Okay.
Yes. So go ahead.
There we go. So pretty much I've taken it came from that aspect. In terms of, like I said, saxophone, it started all the inspiration in the church, and pretty much I took it and ran with it. And so my uncle's still singing, he's still touring, doing shows here and there, up and down the East Coast as well. My mother, of course, she's more focused on the nursing aspect, so, that's pretty much what she lays. However, though, that's really where my musical talents came from. I've been blessed to have mentors. My parents, that's the big thing, is that they always saw fit that if they saw that you were passionate about something, they saw that, it's something that you really cared about, they would actually invest in it. And the thing about it is that my mother and my father always had this thing where they say, hey, look, if we do this, if we commit to this, and we make this, you got to commit to this for at least a year. And the saxophone was that one thing that I always stayed with. It's just opportunities opened up. I had mentors along the way, people that invested in me, private lessons instructors and so forth that really sewed into me. So I'm just a product of,
Okay. So I was wondering, one of my questions was, are you just a natural? Or did you take lessons? Some people play by ear and things like that. So what is your background?
So reflecting on that, I'd probably say more of a balance of both. There's a quote I always say about, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And so I have natural talent. Playing by ear and so forth, was one of my biggest stakes. When I play, I always try to emulate a vocalist. So, when I grew up, like I said, playing in church was one of my biggest things. Be able to emulate that, be able to figure things out, on the horn, match the vocalist, match the choir, match the keyboardist, match the musicianship. I'm a hands-on person, so I always do all this. Right, but being able to do all, be able to match that kind of pretty much allowed me to grow on a natural aspect. However, though, it was very important with my mentors. They actually saw a lot of things into me where I was able to just really nurture that, between reading music, between understanding what is it that you're playing, be able to understand the certain details and that makes the music, be able to bring it to life. So,
all right. You got Mr. Brian Christopher checking in.
My man, Brian Christopher.
Steve is my dude. He's super talented and a humble brother. We got a lot more stages. I'm looking forward to rocking with you. Much love.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the Blend also. It's happening on August 11th. I already know about that. Much love to you, bro.
Go ahead. What's going on August 11th?
August 11th. So, my boy Brian Christopher, who was just on message just now, he has this amazing concert that takes place, I think, almost like every 3 to 4 months. and it's called The Blend. Pretty much, it's kind of like an intimate neo-soul vibe. He's an independent artist. He sings, and he's amazing. He's released a couple of CDs or albums.
Brian,
so forth.
you need to come on the show. What's up, Brian?
Right. And so on the last one, I believe it was either May. It was May. I actually had the chance to play with him. This is my second time playing with him on The Blend. And it's a nice neo-soul intimate vibe for those music lovers. So definitely, like I said, it's happening on August 11th. So definitely check it out.
All right. Thank you, Cheryl Brown from Rhode Island, for sharing. Everybody, if you share, I will shout you out. I appreciate you. So you were talking about your mentors. Name the mentors. Give them their credit.
Okay.
Who was your mentors? Who's your teachers? Who poured into you?
Okay, so I have a lot, honestly, but some of the key ones I'm gonna point out immediately. My high school band director, Mr. Alfonso Giles. You know, he started back in Douglas High School, and he saw potential in me. He always invested into me. That's one person right there who I really appreciate. When I first started playing the saxophone, I'm not sure what this guy is right now, but I owe him a lot. You know, the funny thing about mentors is that there are people in life that don't make a difference how much money you make, you can never pay them back. You know, because they just did that so much for you. So, Roland Young, when I first started playing the saxophone, and my parents got private lessons, he was the guy. He actually was the reason I started gigging. He actually would take me from church to church with him on his gigs, and would allow me to play, open up for him, and do different things. So I had a chance to get that exposure in front of the audience. You know, so he's the reason I don't have stage fright.
All right.
You know, followed by him is my mentor, Christopher Nichols. He's been a major part. He's sold into me. I can't tell you how much money he probably spent on me on saxophone equipment.
And that's not cheap.
Exactly. It's really not cheap. But he just really, you know, even to this day, I can call him up. He's like my big brother. We talk, you know, every now and then, just talk about life and so forth.
Mr. Giles, you on here? What's up,
Hey, Mr. Giles. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love you, man. Yes, sir. Right. But Christopher Nichols, like, he really, really sold into my life, and I'm truly grateful for that. And also, at Bowie State was a big chapter. Gilbert Pryor, Dr. Gilbert Pryor, he gave me some reality checks, some life lessons, you know, conversations we have. Dr. Clarence Knight, he was the chairman of Bowie State University. The music department, we used to have long conversations, just so you know. I was like, okay, because I came into Bowie State with such a narrow-minded view. I came in thinking, like, you know what, I'm going to come in there, I'm going to play, all of a sudden someone's going to recognize me, I'm going to get a record deal, and I'm going to go big. Nope. Nope, that's not the way it went. You know, it was very funny. I'm like, nope, not at all. So, you know, he gave me a very big, wide scope about life, so I appreciate him. Also, is another sax player in the area. His name is William Smith. You know, and pretty much he helped me pick up the broken pieces of, you know, my journey. Certain times where I was trying to figure things out in the music industry, and he really sold in me. And a couple of other people, I know I'm giving you a whole time long list.
So it's like, right. It's not that he hasn't forgot you. We just got us an hour. He giving you a private concert during the second half, part of it. So he just loved everybody. You got Mr. Larry Crowder on here saying, brother, I'm proud of you, Doc.
For his glory. That's what gospel I pray for his glory, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So look, So tell me, can I take a little peek into your music collection? What does your music collection look like?
It's vast. It's everything. See, a lot of people think it's funny because saxophone player, you know, that it's honestly all jazz, but it's not just jazz. You know, I mean, of course, you know, I have the John Coltrane, Charlie Parkers, to Joe Albright, Kirk Whalum, Kim Waters, and so forth. Of course, I have that mixture vibe. However, in between that, I actually have, you know, everything from rock to R&B, soul, to gospel, to, you know, hip-hop, you know, just everything. Because, honestly, for me, there's only two styles of music, good and bad. So just be able to blend off of that, you know, be able to build inspiration. You see how music history has really traveled throughout the time. You know, the relationship between hip-hop and jazz, the relationship between, you know, rock, R&B, and so forth, it's inspiring. So...
All right, I like that. I like that. So tell me something. You play with a band. Correct. But what is your preference? Do you prefer to play solo, or do you prefer to play with a band?
I love bands. It's inspiring because of the fact with bands, it's you get a chance. It's like having a conversation. You get a chance to feed off of each other. You know, everyone's bringing something to the table and they're collaborating. It's nothing like that. You know, when you do a track show, I mean, it's fun, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's more structure because, you know, you don't have that freedom to control the song. when I'm playing for a band, you get a chance to communicate with them. You get a chance to vibe out the audience, see how the audience is doing. You get a chance to, it's a conversation between you, the band, and also the band and the audience. So.
All right. I like that. So, I was going to ask you if you had any plans for a CD, but when he first came in here, guys, he put in my hand a CD. So tell them about your CD. Tell them how they can find you, reach out to you, what type of services you provide, and all that type of stuff.
No problem, definitely. So, for me, February 23rd, I actually released my debut single entitled All For You. It's available on all platforms. Like I said, it's a single. I actually have an EP that I plan to release it out in the fall, maybe early winter time. And so it's in the process right now. But like I said, it's available on all streaming platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and so forth. So definitely check it out. Let me know what you like, and if you like it or not. Also, like I said, social media, Steven Garrison Music, LLC. That's definitely my music page. Also, the same thing on Instagram, Steven Garrison Music, and on Twitter, Steven G_music. I definitely post and stay active on there. You can definitely reach out to me on there. And also, I also have a website, www.stevengarrisonmusic.com, where you can definitely reach out to me as well. So services, like I said, I arrange, I compose, I also perform, like I said, all different styles of music. So to meet those requirements, I have my own group as well as I play with different groups in the DC metropolitan area.
Willing to expand out of the DC metropolitan area?
Correct. I do travel as well. That's definitely a highlight right there. I definitely do travel, as well as I'm also an educator as well. So, in terms of teaching, I teach private lessons, one-on-one lessons, as well as I do teach in the county and at Bowie State part-time.
So all of that sounds like you're a true entrepreneur.
Hey.
You know how to make some money. So my question then is, when did you first realize that you could make money with your talent that God gave you?
The funny thing about it is I learned that in between high school and college. I say it more hit me so in college. So I was blessed, like I said, to be gigging since middle school, doing shows, playing around churches, and eventually I passed out to R&B and jazz and so forth. And so I remember my freshman year of college, after my freshman year entering my sophomore year, I took my first 9-to-5 job. College student, broke college student, you want to go ahead and kind of get some fun so you're not struggling.
Right. So you don't have to eat the oodles and noodles.
Exactly. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So long story short was that I ended up working at a local music store, and I was working there, very constantly working hard, just trying to, it's like, hey, it's something that I love to do, work in the music field. And so I got my first paycheck. And I saw it, and I was like, man, I'm actually had the opportunity to make more money performing and doing what I love versus working these hours at the music store. Like, y'all don't understand, I was actually losing money in terms of actually like gig time. I would have a gig on a Saturday, but no, I had to work. I have a gig on a Friday. Oh no, I had to turn it down because I had hours. So I started recognizing that, hey, you know what? I could bounce this thing out and start making it work. So it was around that time, about a little bit after freshman year, in between freshman and sophomore year at college, that I was able to kind of come to that realization.
All right. Miss Sinitra Miles says, I need a CD ASAP.
I got you.
So and do you hand deliver them, or they can go to a website and order them too?
The hard copies are also available on Amazon.com. Just look up my name, Steven Garrison, like I said, All For You. And also, hey, I can hand deliver them need be. Like I said, just spread the love, spreading the music. So I appreciate the support.
And Billy Satan says, I'm proud of you.
That's my pastor, PSJBC.
All right now.
New Providence St. John Baptist Church. That's my church home. I play there every Sunday, and I love them. I love you, man.
Now, I remember, I don't know if you remember, I used to watch you play at a church.
Trying to think back.
You don't even remember that, do you? You met YGT. I watched you playing at a church.
St. Paul?
The Sanctuary.
Oh, the Sanctuaries. The Sanctuary. Oh, yeah, definitely Pastor Macklin, right.
Mm-hmm. I'm not there no more, but yes, that's where I first remember watching you play. And I was like, okay, this is what the saxophone can do. So when Mr. Giles, Alfonso Giles, also hit up my son to play the sax, I was a little bit okay because I saw what happened because you came from him and you was playing the sax.
Hey, Mr. Giles is an amazing teacher and amazing mentor. I have nothing but the utmost respect and love for him.
He is. He's very committed. Trinity actually just came out of there, and I have to say something. Give a little shout out to Wise High School, Mr. Giles. It's not even just about the band.
Right.
Even with the orchestra or something, because they cut the budget a couple of years ago and lost the orchestra teacher. But Mr. Giles brought it back because I told him, I said, Trinity going freshman year, she wasn't coming to Wise if there was no orchestra.
Right.
She ended up went into the science and tech program, but she did get over there to be with him for her senior year.
Hey,
so, you know, he's holding down the orchestra and the band right now, Steven.
Whew.
Yes.
Hey, man, but, you know, he's dedicated for the youth.
He is dedicated.
Right.
So tell me something. Somebody said autograph. They wanted autograph. They wanted autograph. You got hashtag proud pastor on the screen.
Yep, that's
proud
so,
pastor. So tell me, are you in a relationship?
Yes, I actually am currently.
Okay.
Right.
You got any children?
Oh, no.
All right.
Not yet.
So how do you balance your music and your entrepreneurship and everything you do with a relationship and keep it healthy?
So honestly, it's about time management. You know, like I said, you have so many things going on. It's very, very important that, you know, you manage your time, that you manage, you know, those situations. So, you know, I set aside time. Like I said, I'm currently dating someone. I set aside time for my lady, you know, certain dates, and we've actually planned in advance. That's one of the biggest things.
He said my lady. I like that.
Sorry, so
not my girl, my lady. Hey.
Hey, so you set aside time for that. You definitely do set aside time for that. You know, plan in advance. Say, like, no, on these days, and like, hey, like, what you doing this day? You know, plan vacations and so forth. You make sure you plan that. In terms of teaching, one thing I love about teaching is that teaching is a very flexible career. You know, like I said, right now I'm on summer break. So being able to have that time off, that summer off, you know, to be able to plan things, and then especially that festival season, it's not really a lot of time and clashes to that. But the biggest thing is to always plan in advance. Always plan my week out in advance. I always know if something subtle comes on, I see how I can fit in my schedule. If not, then, you know, you got to cut your losses. But the biggest thing is not to be afraid to say no, not to be afraid to tell anyone no. So, you know, that's the way it really works for me. But planning in advance is a must. Keeping a calendar is a must.
All right. So let me see. Guys, we're going to go and have a short concert for you guys. So what do you want to share with them today?
So I have a couple of selections. I'm just ranging between genres. Between more on the R&B side. So I'm gonna start off with just a simple tune. Everyone saw The Wizard of Oz or The Wiz, Over the Rainbow. And so I just want to kind of line up the scene, warm up to that tune, you know, and then afterwards I'm going to go into a little bit more in-depth R&B. I got a little bit of old school in there, some loofah. That's how we say it, like
Loofah?
Loofah.
With the F.
Yeah.
With the F.
Loofah, not Luther. Loofah. That's how they say it, right? Loofah? Yeah.
Loofah.
Yeah. Got some Luther Vandross over there. We have some, what else you got? Something... Y'all know the tunes. I don't want to spoil it for me.
Oh, you still got love. Melvin Witcher says, hey, Steven, from Pastor Witcher.
Yes,
and
sir.
Clarissa Lee says, hey, Mr. Garrison, so proud of your accomplishments, and we will miss you. Where you going?
I appreciate it. So, I'm not going anywhere, honestly. What happens is I'm actually in the process of exchanging schools. That's all. Right. So, she is an amazing co-worker that I work with, you know. We have our laughs, you know, and joke around. We talk about football. She's a Dallas Cowboys fan. But it's all right, though. I still love it nonetheless.
Can somebody disconnect her from the feed? It's like, I'm sorry. No, stay with us.
It's all good. But we would joke around talking about football all the time and so forth. And just talk about life. You know, she's a very pleasant person, you know, that I really respect, Annie Jackson. So, right.
All right. So we're gonna let him do some technical things, and we had to like put together because we didn't have a wireless speaker, but we came out with some way for him to get his background tracks and stuff. And without further ado, guys, you didn't even have to go to Ticketmasters. We're gonna give you Mr. Steven Garrison. Let's see what you say. Somebody said, "Let Me Wait." Love that song. You taking requests?
I say
Miss Linda said Dallas, Lord Linda Barrows, you could go away too. Remember, guys, if you want to call in, but you got to do it before he starts playing or even after we get finished. You can always call in and ask a question or say something to Steven on 301-429-9247, okay? Coming up. Y'all hear that? They say play. Mr. Martin said, play, Steve, play.
Thanks, bro.
Linda Barrow said her 12-year-old plays saxophone and is watching.
Hey.
We're going to have to get that 12-year-old to call in soon, Linda.
There we go. Hey, man, keep up the work, man. Yes, sir.
Aunt D, he's not taking requests. Love won't let me go. He'll have to come to your house and play that for you. Go ahead.
No problem.
They asked for a special request.
Hey.
We have you over there. We hear you over there. All right, Kevin. All right. He doing well, isn't he? Got another one coming up.
Some little technical difficulties. I mean, worst case scenario, I could do it.
Okay, we having some technical difficulties, but he know how to play acapella. This is not Lily Vanilli. We not lip syncing here. Is there something? Did you call it music syncing? What do they call it when you fake play like you playing the music?
That's good. I don't know that's a name.
I'm so crazy.
I'm like lip syncing. I don't know, but that's singing. So hey, it's all right. One of my favorite songs to play, anyways.
hearts on the screen. You gotta say yes, play. He's awesome. That's my brother. My Aunt D said you can come over and play at her house anytime.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right. Now I think we might have the music might be back. All we can do is try it. If not, y'all know that he can play it by himself. That's all right. We're gonna see what we can get going on here. I like that. Drop those fire. wait till Valentine's Day. You can hire him right now. Yes. Oh my goodness. So guys, we got one more. You gonna hit one more for him? He gonna hit one more for you, and then we're gonna get back to things. And look, I want to encourage you to call in here because I want you to tell him how y'all feel about this play. Look, he in here sweating. Did y'all see the face? Did y'all see the face? Hey, you know. And look, you know, if I could sing, I would have sang for you, but I can't sing, so I didn't want to mess it up. So what we getting next? What's our next one? What's our finale song?
Oh man,
you about to hit some go-go's? Like,
3 in the morning. Oh man. That's a good song. Let me think.
Somebody said the sax speaks the love language, and someone else said the saxophone is sexy and a man is sexy too. Well, hello.
Appreciate it.
Y'all got him blushing.
Oh man. Okay, so
you want to play your own? Or I mean, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
I do. I'm trying to think off the top of my head and everything. A good song to kind of end a good finale song. You know. What can we do?
Well, should we do a finale song after we talk a little bit more? What you think? Should we go out with a song?
Yeah, we should go out with a song.
Well, I'm gonna give him a minute because y'all he breathed a little bit hard over here, and I don't want to have to give him no mouth to mouth resuscitation. Okay, because his lady might be like, "What is going on?"
It's all good. It's all right.
Shoot, about to go on with this thing here. So, oh my goodness, Steve, you are just so talented.
Thank you so much.
So talented. So, what is coming up? What other kind of events is coming up in the future so that people can know what you got going on in the area?
So, right now in the summer, summertime is festival season. So, I just got done playing down at the National Harbor, matter of fact, with the first annual Maryland Vintage Food, Wine, and Jazz Festival.
Oh, I heard some people talking about that. I missed that.
Right. It just happened. Was it last weekend in June, I want to say? So forth. We got done playing with that. I was playing with band Phase 2, which is a band I play with very frequently. Mm-hmm. I do have some things coming up in upcoming months, including the Calvert County, the Wine Funk Festival.
I've been in there.
Oh, okay, awesome. Hey, so I'll see you there. That's August 18th, right?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be down there. Matter of fact, like I said, I play all styles of music, so I'm actually playing with a funk band. It's called Clones of Funk. That's the name of the band. So we're doing a tribute to all the funk legends, everywhere from George Clinton to Sly Family Stone to just James Brown. So come on down. I definitely invite you to come through there. If you haven't been down there, it's definitely an amazing experience. All these so many different musicians, like I said, vendors down there, and just opportunities down there. It's a good place just to kind of get out, relax, bring your lawn chair, and just enjoy it.
It's a grown folk thing. You gotta be grown folks to go there. Okay, if you're not grown, don't come out.
Right, but hey, you'll love it though. So I'm actually supposed to be playing with Boosie Collins in September. So down at Bethesda Blues and Jazz.
Okay.
He's coming back in town. So the funk band I just talked about, we're backing him up. So Boosie Collins, it's going to be September 15th. So definitely check it out. It's for the Funketeer Ball. So all my funk lovers, if you're not there, man, you're going to be missing something. I'm trying to tell you, every single year it's packed, standing room only. People partying. It's all about just like for the love of funk. So all styles, like I said, Boosie Collins going to be in the house. We'll be backing them up. It's definitely a great, just a great place to be. I have something pending right now. Like I said, in terms of traveling. Right now, I'm waiting to hear confirmation back. And I should be speaking this super early, but I have something pending about in Great Britain. I'm actually supposed to be going to London in September as well. So I'm just waiting to hear a little bit of feedback from there. It's still in the works, but he's definitely working on it.
That's all right. We're going to speak it into existence.
Amen. Receive it. That's definitely a great feed right there. So, I have other things coming up in between as well. Just definitely local gigs. Just local gigs in the work as well. So, like I said, definitely follow me on my website, Steven Garrison Music. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe so you can get, like I said, I got a newsletter coming out, a monthly newsletter to let you know. Like I said, Facebook as well as Instagram, definitely follow me on those things as well because I definitely post all my upcoming gigs, public engagements. Like I said, I do private engagements, weddings. I do cookouts. I know it's cookout season. I just got done doing a cookout on July 4th. So I definitely do cookouts as well, parties, any type of engagement type of event. So
okay, so you, how many bands do you actually play with, or are any of them like your official band?
So that's a tough question, honestly. You know, with the DC scene, no, not really tough, but with the DC scene because we're so marinated. You know, I play with a lot of several bands. One of the bands that I love truly dearly is a band Phase 2. Pretty much when I graduated college, they actually kind of took me on there and kind of helped mentor me, like one of the mentors, honestly. And so with them, I had the opportunity, like I said, Regina Bell had an opportunity to tour and be her sax player for several number of years, as well as back up other artists as well, and also be on different international stages. And so Phase 2 is one of them. Clones of Funk is another one. And just other bands that may need a horn player, more so as a sideman or more so as an on-call. Mm-hmm. So, just having those opportunities.
Now, I don't know. See, you already didn't remember that you saw me in church, but there was one night that I was down at Proud Mary's.
Oh, Jazzy Blue.
Jazzy Blue. Who you playing with down there?
Jazzy Blue. That's my family, too. Okay. I cannot forget about them. I definitely cannot forget about them. We've gone on so many trips together, so many tours, so many concerts together. That's my family right there.
They was playing up some stuff down there. They had people taking off their clothes. He had his eyes closed, though. Okay, I'm going to say that for your lady. He had his eyes closed. People was taking off clothes. I wasn't taking off mine, but people was taking off their clothes.
And it's always a fun time down there.
So there was Linda Barrows. I don't know if you're still on here or not, but Linda, if you are watching with your 12-year-old son, if you can have your 12-year-old son call in 301-429-9247, any question that he might have because he's considering the saxophone. Steven, as a teacher, or a person that's trying to encourage someone that might be scared to pick up an instrument or something, what words of wisdom can you offer to the people who are trying to get on the scene when it comes to playing the instrument?
So try and get onto the scene. Honestly, don't be afraid to jump in the fire. That's one of my biggest things. A lot of people, they let that aspect of fear hold them back. But it's about jumping to the fire. It's about jumping to the unknown. A lot of times in the journey, it's not just being a musician, but so forth. Any type of career, any field that you go into, you're going to have times where you feel like you walk in the dark. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing. I have those moments very often, but you embrace that, and that becomes exciting because it's part of the journey. You need to surround yourself with people who are like-minded, just like you. And that's one of the biggest things. So my young friend over there, 12 years old,
yeah,
right, to him, honestly, make sure, hey, you're hanging out with people, positive people who are sewing into you. You cannot be the biggest person, the largest person in your circle. If you're the smartest person, the brightest person in your circle, you got to preach. I mean, being real, I had to learn that. I had to really reevaluate my circle, my musical circle, because, the people in your circle should be inspiring you. They should be seeking great things. Even if it's not in music, they should be seeking the same great things and greatness just like how you're seeking it. So the people you hang around, look for mentors, people who are doing it, When you go to a venue or so forth, check out live music, you see who's pulling the strings back behind. You find a promoter. You talk to the band leader, see what's going on. You go out to jam sessions. Jam sessions is a big thing. I got my start in jam sessions. There was a spot, 347, out of Baltimore that I used to go to faithfully every Monday, even in college. The jam session went into about 2 a.m. in the morning. I would still come back as for 8 o'clock class at Bowie State the next day. Because it was so worth it. But just going to jam sessions and networking musicians, they see you. And the thing about it is about being consistent. Being consistent and being professional. Because professionalism and character will take you further than your talent can take you. Yeah, you may not be the hottest player out there, but at the same time, if they can depend on you and they know that what you bring to the table is consistent, they'll call you every single time.
All right, now, you hear that, young man? I hope you still hear Linda. If not, I'm going to inbox and tell you the message straight for your son. And shame on you for turning off hanging with your girl, Tasha. So tell me, you got any kind of, we got people that talk about their awards and stuff, Grammys and Oscars and all that stuff. You got any kind of awards?
I don't got the Grammy yet, you know what I'm saying?
Yet.
You're not yet.
We speaking again, okay?
The Grammys not here yet, but definitely, like I say, I'm planning on releasing more music, like I said, it's certain things I have in the mix that I'm really excited about, but yeah, I wait till it's solidified before I make any announcements. That's a big thing,
Okay, so have you got any kind of awards before?
Definitely, like I said, participating in competitions, music awards, everywhere from different fraternities, like from the Qs, competing down in Disney World, the music festival down in Disney World. I've got the Best Jazz Soloist Awards down there. Well, honestly, like I said, I've just been blessed, honestly, to get those awards. Just some small awards here and there and everything. I'm definitely grateful to have received them.
All right now, so I guess we're going down to like 2 minutes. So before you take us out with a solo song, I mean the finale song, not all of it's solo, with the finale song, is there anything else that you want to say to the audience?
Two things. I just want to inspire everybody because, like, just anyone who is really striving to reach their dreams, anyone that's actually, who has a desire that's really burning in them to continue to pursue them despite what the situation may look like, and to trust the journey. A lot of times it's kind of hard it's kind of hard in the journey because we're looking over our shoulders. We're seeing what our friends are doing. We're seeing other people, what they're doing, social media. We see people here, there, seem like they're living their best life. I think that's the 2018 phrase, living their best life. But however, though, I just want to encourage you to stay in your lane. Trust the man upstairs. Trust God. And just keep on going at it. And you'll be surprised how things work out. Like I said earlier in the show, I'm a living testimony. A lot of things I didn't go to Duke Ellington School of the Arts. I didn't go to Berklee College of Music. I didn't go to all these different spaces. But at the same time, because I stayed in my lane, I was blessed. God brought people to me. God brought people in my circle. He directed me in a path, and therefore I'm able to accomplish what I'm accomplishing right now, and I'm who I am because I stayed in my lane. So, and also, like I said, just pursue it. You got nothing to be afraid of. It's okay to fail. Everybody fails. So when you fall short, get back up, learn a lesson, keep going at it.
There you go. The quicker you can convert a failure to a lesson, the better off you'll be. Don't sit there and drive looking in the rear view mirror. You can only drive looking through the windshield.
There we go.
The windshield is the widest. I know that's right. So I'm hearing we got amens going on. Y'all didn't know y'all was coming to church up in here, did y'all? Y'all ain't know that, right? So we I want 1 or 2 songs.
Okay, no problem.
1 or 2. Let's take it out with 2 more songs for them.
No problem.
They said, "Oh Lord, my auntie, she is such a cool girl. She said goodbye, sexy. Auntie,
hey,
I'm gonna put you over my knee. I'm not sending him over there to you."
It's all good.
You got a lot of amens, and Stephanie says it's coming soon. Talking about that Oscar, that Grammy. Thank you.
Hey, I received it.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you.
I received it.
So we're going out with 2 more songs, guys. 2 more songs. Steven.
I got you.
Amazing. Right? That was amazing. I'm so glad to have you in the studio.
Thank you so much.
You gotta make sure that you come back again.
Got you. For sure. Definitely. Thanks for having me.
Guys, when they want to get you again, remember it's www.stevengarrisonmusic.com. Y'all gotta go there. Get to him on Facebook. Steven Garrison LLC.
Right, Steven Garrison Music LLC. That's
Music LLC on Facebook.
Right.
And y'all gotta get him out to the events. Get him out to the events. All right, guys.
Thank you so much. I appreciate all of y'all support. Thank you. Continue to support the arts. God bless.
Bye-bye. See y'all next week.
Twist. It's a sexy lady who walks around without being shady, who knows her values, who's gone through trials. Her smiles are captured from mouth to mouth. It's not the size of her thighs she worries about, but the pride she thrives to keep that drive. The cinnamon twist. The cinnamon twist. The cinnamon twist.